So now that we're both all of us are all comfortable and cozy in my bedroom, on my bed, I just thought I would have a bit of a heart-to-heart with you guys. I am a business owner myself. I saw this ad online and I went on a John Lee's webinar introductory session to his course. And there were quite a lot of things you could get on this course.
During this free webinar you will learn heading, list start, how to get more follows on social media, diagram, how to start a business from scratch, diagram, how to generate more leads and sales, how to search for niches that are in demand, diagram, how to get more engagement on your social media channel, diagram, how I got a video to reach 10 million people using the FME strategy, diagram, how to grow a strong brand, diagram, how to get big influencers to promote your products and services, greater than, separator, dim, about your presenter, heading level 2. John Lee is the co-founder of Membian Wealth Dragons Group PLC. He has gained over 5 million followers on social media within 3 years using his social media FME strategy. He now coaches, celebrates, seers and professional athletes on business social media strategies.
And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I absolutely loved the introductory music. It really got you into the spirit of getting up and getting out there and, you know, getting your dreams kind of sorted out and, you know, not ever giving up. And I loved I suppose I like the principle, if you haven't earned, you haven't learned. However, because I liken it to Isaac Newton's, you can't do the same things and expect a different outcome. You know, that it's utter madness to continue to do the same things and then expect a different outcome. Because I think that is basically what he's saying to us all, is that, you know, if we've tried it once and it hasn't worked because we haven't earned anything out of it financially, then it obviously doesn't work. And therefore, if we do the same thing again, we haven't learned. However, I think what I don't like about the principle, particularly if you are blind and partially sighted or have a disability, is the fact that I feel judged by factors that are out of my hand. You know, I'll explain what I mean. So here is another Facebook appeal on a VI chat group about accessible apps. So as you can see, not all apps are maintained, or at least the accessibility features of all apps are not necessarily maintained. When they update an app, it seems to be that the accessibility of the app is a last minute thought. You know, like they don't do anything unless a large group of blind and visually impaired people complain about it. And even then, we're lucky to get any kind of look in and not to be just stonewalled. So in this text, just for my visually impaired viewers, there is a question about, I think it's about Amazon. And this is poignant to me because he gave us a really good tip about Amazon and how to make money out of Amazon, which I will not give you here because I still think that you should take the plunge and click on his advertisement and get yourself signed up just to find out exactly what he says. But they were talking about one of the buttons in order to buy something. And, I've had this problem where they've updated an app or they've updated a service and the accessibility features aren't updated because it's not inbuilt or because they just don't bother to communicate with one another. And it's not like they bothered to tell or ask people in accessibility whether, is it okay, we're going to just do this. They don't actually bother to work together on it. They just think that the accessibility team or people working on accessibility equipment should just mould to their frame of thinking rather than actually checking whether what they're doing is actually just going to absolutely wreck the whole thing. I mean, I've recently had this issue with Lloyd's bank app, actually, and I found that I can't transfer any money, which is an absolute pain in the bum, because it keeps coming up with some kind of message saying, you know, do you want to stay here? Are you sure you don't want to log off now? Are you sure? And yet, if I turn the speech software off, it works just fine, you know? And that's really, really annoying, because to a certain degree, I have to know exactly where every button is and hope for the best when I click on it. So, you know, that is one of the reasons why I didn't take the course, because although these things look absolutely fabulous, I'm being judged, or I feel judged on a basis of somebody else's capability. So, you know, I can learn things, and then my earning capability is changed by the actions of those who create these apps, who are cited, basically. And I know that sounds really prejudicial from me, but it is normally the site that are making these apps. And so as a result, I'm being judged on someone else's capability, which is really, really annoying. Not on my own capability to learn, but on somebody else's capability to learn and earn. So here's another example and a reason why I chose not to go on the course. Okay.
The Certificate and Diploma in Communicative Japanese course is an incredibly popular course, and we receive applications as early as March, prior to the start of the academic calendar. Unfortunately, we were not able to enroll you on the 2020/2021 program as it had reached its full capacity. SOS does indeed have the capacity to facilitate 6 students in their studies, and there have been some real success stories. In order to ensure that you're able to access the course to the fullest extent, the SOS Language Center will have to collaborate with other academic departments. This will include the preparation of materials in a format that works for yourself, as well as assistive technology and software and alternative and extensive exam arrangements. Unfortunately, the SOS Language Center does not, at present, have the capacity to offer this level of support, and we therefore are not able to accept your application for this program. I regret that I cannot respond more positively to your current request and hope that we can welcome you on campus in the near future. Best wishes. Hi guys, page 3 of 12. Viewfinder. Focus. Viewfinder. Focus. Stop recording video.
So as you can see, there is a big long text message. Or not text message, a Facebook post. And I felt really sorry for this person, you know? But this story is not a new thing. You know, it's not a new issue. It is still illegal, but I have very rarely seen anybody get prosecuted for not making it accessible. And as a result, that means that that person isn't first to the post. They're always going to be second to the post, or like a third time. You know, we'll check it out with everybody else, and then we'll bother to trial it with you. You know, and it just slows your life down massively and traumatically. And to be honest, I thought that even if I did get onto this course, and I did speak to an advisor, and he said, "Oh, that's great. You know, it's good that you're taking your first steps into this." And I just thought, well, you know, I've said I'm blind, and I heard the reaction on the phone. And it's the usual reaction that I hear, which is, I'm going to have to check this with my boss, but I'm just not going to say anything to you. I'm just going to be like really, really happy. And I was like, oh, that's great. We're not prejudicial to blind people. It's just that we don't like bother to think about them to start with. We don't have this accessibility feature. We didn't think that blind people would be interested. We didn't plan for this. And I don't mind the not planning it bit, but you know, I imagined myself getting onto the course. I imagined myself paying all that money, and then I imagined myself finding that I'm being judged on the capability of a maker of an app or on the willingness of another person to do what they are legally meant to do, you know, and meant to already have in place. Contingency plans are there for a reason, you know, and I felt that, you know, if I went on this course, right, the likelihood is that, you know, if I had a really good time on this course, that they'd go, oh, yeah, you're blind, right, okay. First stumbling block comes up. And then they go, yeah, we'll get in touch with the people who make Facebook for Facebook Pay. We'll get in touch with people who make YouTube and make sure that this, part is accessible. And then YouTube will stonewall them, because they're a big enough company to make enough money not to give a damn and not need to give a damn. Because, ordinary people just want to pay the bills and be able to feed themselves at the end of the day. And if that has been achieved, then, their willingness, they're not incentivized to do anything up and beyond that, So, if you are listening to this and you are sighted, then this course could actually be for you. And my suggestion is that you do actually click on it, and that you take as many opportunities as you can, because you have the capability and the culpability. It's right there on a silver platter for you. So, I didn't mean to make this video to be boring, but I did make this video to make the point. If you're a maker or a creator of apps and things, or anything, please just fully think what you're going to do and be open-minded to people like me. And I think we're just going to need to kind of have a way of legislating this and enforcing laws that just aren't there. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is that disappointment is one of the biggest and hardest things to deal with when you're blind. So see you later, and I wish you luck. And I am reading your book, John, and I am taking things in. So hopefully I will find a way eventually, just not this year.